You're buying travels on Necro very early on. You have birds to travel to. I feel that they can take towers and they can force fights very easily. At the same time, the team fight from IG, if Magnus has a good game, if JT has a good game, if Puck is able to slow them down a little bit, this TB can take over.
Well. As we go into game number 2, this is a big chance for Eagles, or the Eagle team, to advance to the next round of this upper bracket, and that would be a huge storyline for this team. I don't think there were big expectations for this team potentially. I feel like Eagles' roster has shown promise, but still unproved. Maybe Butterfly Effect is already showing that this guy is ready for the big stage, but you got to earn that spot, and you're going to be playing up against the Team Zero or Team Trust, either one, the winner out of that series. You go down to the lower bracket. Well, it's a round 1 lower bracket, so that means, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. You need to win 5 series to qualify. And that is included the grand finals. But I'm sure we're going to see a bloodbath for this one as JT, the off-lane Magnus, to drop first. But they do get something. No, they don't get anything in return. It's just 2 kills for Eagles. They also got the Willow on top. And the bounty runes. Looks like they're going to be split 2 for 2 or 3 for 1. But that's a win for Eagles.
Oh, that's a huge win. By the way, this bottom lane, you just have to, if you're Invictus Gaming, you just need to survive until you get raindrops. Because these two, like Visage Tusk, that's obnoxious. Like, this lane is a kill lane. It can be really difficult to play as a Terrorblade. Like, you have 500 HP, Soul Assumption hits you for, I don't know, half of your pool, pretty much. So you need that raindrop ASAP.
I wonder what my boy.
Never mind, he's gonna die instead.
Oh, he's very low in armor with this hero, so TB does enjoy his right clicks, and Xnova is going to be the one to secure this kill. Mercy does reply a couple hits onto Monet with that level 1 tag team. I wonder what our Chinese expert, I know you are one as well, but our good buddy Snare also thinks about this. IG down game 1 against the Eagles, and not really showing too much promise in game number 1 either. So they probably had to, the classic wash your face, get yourself ready for game number 2, try to turn the series around.
Yeah, I mean, they did manage. This is a huge kill, by the way, down bottom. So they kind of recovered after 2 kills, I would say. I was afraid for them. No, for sure. It's a big deal.
It's a big deal for sure. It's just that Visage
Mercy
along. Well, they've got Metamorph. I think they got this one. No, they don't have the attack speed for it. He's out. So he's going to TP away. Metamorph used for that one. Visage, alongside with Sanking and Rubik, have always been the big lane counters for TB, because he doesn't have the HP pool to stand against magical attacks. Talking about magical attacks, that's a Spectre dead.
Yeah, wasn't really a magical attack, but Magnus and Dark Willow, they carry a punch as well, right? Like, it's a strong one. They pack it. I remember when Mag started being picked on offlane quite a lot, it was Rubik and it was Dark Willow constantly paired, right? Because they just hit very fast, and back in the day it was Empower too, but it doesn't matter. They managed to kill the Spectre. That's what's important.
That's all that matters. 2 kills apiece for both teams. Yes, still somewhat evenly divided. Visage hasn't been able to get a lot of soul assumption stacks, and that kind of sucks when you have a Tusk in your lane as well, that you can't get to spam your big nuke. I mean, it's 210 damage at level 1. Literally at level 1. So you want to utilize it as much as possible, but you don't want to just waste it with 2 charges or less, especially against the TB, who does have semi-high regeneration.
He's already getting a raindrop. Honestly, I didn't really mention this, but this lane, by Visage dying that early on was slightly ruined. Like, this lane is supposed to be, we're forcing your meta and we're killing you through the meta. We're forcing you out of the lane. But you
Meanwhile,
might
top
think,
lane, they've got a bigger battle going here, pushing the Spectre away, but the calling is the big difference maker. Again, Baboka won't be able to throw all of his abilities straight on top of the Spectre, but he's already died once. He wants to achieve it again. Quick
they
Shadow
tried.
Realm.
Yep.
They tried. An attempt was made.
Yeah, yeah. I'm wondering, where are we gonna see the next kill? Like, mid lane is very silent at the moment. How's
Well,
the last hit thing department, by the way? Same, right?
It's
Yeah.
still very even on all ends. A couple denies being racked up by the Magnus and the Necrophos, but outside of that, nothing out of the ordinary. You got Metamorph of cooldown now for the TB, so Vex Nova recognizes a moment. That could probably be another tool to attempt a kill. Problem is with Tusk getting levels, he also gains a lot of extra armor because he has very high agi gain. So Tusk can be a bit of an annoying hero to try and kill. Also the Necrophos, you can see butterfly effect. He's keeping Nothing to Say low enough to get that surprise level 6, but you gotta have fast fingers on the side of Puck to prevent him from getting that. So he's probably counting creeps in his head, like how many that's gonna take. But X-Nova might be the one to drop in the bottom lane as he's just being pummeled away by the Visage and the Tusk, and they find success on the side of Eagles.
Yeah, if he's out of position, he dies. If they manage to Inkswell the TB and they manage to get close to Visage, maybe they can kill him, but the other team is most certainly dead if you're caught out of position.
And talking about being soft, Puck had to go all the way back home, and he's just going to teleport straight back to mid. He needs that level 6, but Necro's going to have it. Necro's already level 6 in the mid lane, so he can start working his magic on Nothing to Say. That kind of hurts the Puck to have, you know, you had to leave that lane because of the threat of the Necrophos the whole time. Because Butterfly Effect knows exactly, if he just gets his ult on top of him, he will die. And Puck, you only count numbers in your head, how many creeps are remaining until he hits level 6, so...
Yeah, yeah. No, for Puck, like, up to this point, it was kind of maybe easier to stay in the lane and defend. After this point, after level 6 from Necro, becomes way harder because you can't just play around being 50-30% HP. Maybe a quick rotation somewhere would be nice, but usually how you want to do it, you want to push out the lane and then, but you can't push out the lane if Butterfly Effect is healing it constantly. Can't even nuke it down.
X-Nova spelled it out as Mercy. He does still have some remnants of his DD rune, but there's an instant Metamorph coming out, and Baboka also rotating to the bottom lane. Tusk snowballing himself away, trying to buy some time to escape. That stun is going to connect on Monet. He wants this kill, and he might just be able to get it. No, he can't. Monet turned around a bit too early, and this Tusk is going to be able to walk out, but that Shadow Realm, is it going to be enough? No, the Shard Block pushes him away, and Butterfly Effect is now TPing, and IG missing out on 2 separate occasions for the kill, and Butterfly Effect going to get hit by the first root, still chasing Baboka. This might be his first Death Pulse, sorry, not Death Pulse, Reaper Scythe kill.
Yeah, there's
the Willow. Oh, Mercy's even here to join the hunt.
They know he's still around. They're gonna get him. It looks like he. Oh, never mind.
Beautiful moves, Baboka.
I mean, why? Yeah.
Nice
he could go right or he could go left, right? He chose left, didn't work.
And he was right.
Yeah, and he was right, exactly. One big winner is Nothing to Say, you know? Like, he finally got some free time on the mid lane. He managed to farm up a bit. He's like, I don't know what you guys did, but keep doing more of that.
Well, that is going to help him out a bit, but net worth is looking very even for everyone. Visage still on top, but that's kind of expected. You need to be high on net worth in the 6 to 10 minute time period on this Visage. If you're not high on net worth, then you are in for a very rocky game, because the hero kind of, it falls into this void, right? He needs so much farm, so many items, and especially he needs to get to like level 10, level 12 as soon as possible for his talent to kick in, for the extra damage for the Visage familiars, and then getting the level 2 familiars. Then you actually start to do something for the team. So you have strong early game. Then after the laning stage ends, you're useless. And then you get another power spike after that, where you're super scary. You do a lot of damage. You can push objectives. You get vision for the team.
It's an interesting hero. It got changed so many times when it comes to
Nova
power
might be
spikes.
dead here. Mercy. They've got the Shadow Step for the vision. Grimstroke has Inkswell on top of him, but he's going to get pummeled down with the level 2 tag team. And Baboka might be another one. JT coming in to intervene. RP does connect onto the Spectre. Here comes TB Monet. He's got the Metamorph up and running. Spectre has to run, but he does have the Spectral Dagger, able to juke around the trees, and they've used technically 2 ults here. Metamorph, well, you could say that's one big ultimate used, but at least they can get a tower with it.
Yeah, but you're trading. Like, Necro is pushing mid, Visage is pushing bottom. You used RP, used TB ult, Metamorphosis, that is, like... I don't know. That RP, it wasn't gonna work. Like, you just don't have the control afterwards to kill the Spectre, but... Yeah, an attempt was made, I guess. I guess if you're Eagle, you're happy. Eagles, you're happy with this. Your Visage got a Solar Crest now completed. It will fly out to him very soon.
Yeah, that's going to help him at least tune in with the team a bit earlier on. If you start to look at the other big expensive items, he's going to be out for several minutes. So at least if you have Medallion, you can do something. But when you have Solar Crest, you're going to help a lot more.
No, this is perfect for him. Like, a Solar Crest together with the travels on Necro, I expect them to be making a ton of plays right now. And that RP not having it, it might be the reason you're losing tier 1 mid. Because they're just not afraid. They can do whatever they want to.
Yeah, Shang Yu on the Visage, still topping net worth here. 5,500, almost 5,600 now. Above everybody else. JT's Magnus, of course, he played it in the off lane compared to the mid Magnus that Butterfly Effect had last game. Obviously not going to be that high on net worth, but, you know, keeping up a good pace. Considering he did die very, very early on in this game. Hasn't really stopped him.
Like, one thing that I'm seeing right now is Mag has 2.1k gold. He's skewed up both Echo and Blink. Now I'm thinking...
I think he wants Blink.
But the problem is, like, it's a double-edged sword no matter what you pick. If you pick Echo, they might take all your objectives. If you pick Blink and you don't use it, he's buying Blink. Yeah, but now it needs to work.
Well,
like,
yep,
you need to get some
you gotta make it work. Exactly. It has to work out, and they're targeting a Tusk with 1 ulti. So they're gonna be able to take down Mercy. And there's nobody else to be found, so he's just gonna chill in the trees. And I would say smoke, and that's exactly what they do. You found a pick off bottom, you instantly smoke towards mid. Sadly, there's no T1 tower, so I think they might just go straight to the triangle, where Mr. Shang Yu.
Yeah, they know where he is. And they have Blink. He should be caught here.
And that's going to be another kill going their way. They've got Tusk TPing in, but it's going to be too late.
And no, not even an RP used, so... I would say that Blink is already value, right?
Yep.
Get Visage and a tower.
So an objective for IG. That will be the second tower for them to claim. They've only lost 1, and that was also in the bottom lane. Sorry, they have lost the mid tower. I'll take my words back. But, you know, double stack of Ancients. It's not huge, but something. At least they can farm it, because they have the Magnus.
Yeah, I feel these last 2 kills on the Tusk and on the Visage were pretty huge for the state of the game.
What I like about this is they're letting JT take all the last hits. It's not like your mid squeezes in between. It's like, I want these. They're really trying to get that Echo Saber on him as fast as possible.
Yeah, he's the one that needs farm after buying the Blink, so...
Yeah.
you make sure that he gets most of it in these engagements. They want to go on TB, but JT still has RP.
And they're ready for this one as well. Terrorize is being loaded up and not sent in yet. Sunder's available too. Soulbind connected on 2 as well. Shang Yu on the Visage will get a couple big pokes in, but there's the Sunder and Spectre. Oh, onto the RP. He was waiting for that one, but he couldn't get the kill on time. Never mind, they still get a 2 for 1. Nothing to say. Will clean out 2 kills for himself and force the rest of Eagles away. And that is just JT Magnus traded off for that. So exactly how they wanted to play out. Monet surprisingly tanky. And then they finally get the Sunder off of the Spectre. Spectre walks away, and Magnus is like, my time has come.
Yeah, it was pretty perfect. Like, he had to wait. Like, he was very patient with Mag, even though he had Inkswell on him. He didn't jump in. He couldn't jump in because of the calling. The moment the calling is gone, he finds the right target, goes in. Nicely done. Very, very, very nicely done. Also, the fact that they set up on the right side of the enemy tier 1 tower on the mid lane. So TB could just run that way. You know, like,
Yep.
Eagle, they went around, and the idea is usually good, but not when the enemy team is on your side already hiding. Some
An
really
important
nice
one for
plays.
IG, yeah. Very important as well. For the Puck, too, who has kind of been kill deprived this game, and now nothing to say with a double kill. Much closer to getting his blink. So we have 2 blinks now up for IG. We kind of discussed about the mobility, that it's much better on the side of IG compared to Eagles.
Yeah. Well, for sure. On Eagles, like, what do you need? You eventually, when you look at Visage, he has Solar, he's buying a pipe, then eggs, but you see the next 2 items after eggs, that's where fun starts for Visage. This is what he needs. I feel like maybe even rushing at this game would have been better. Just going eggs hex.
Nice
You
hex,
fly, you fly around, you hex the puck. Mid lane, Mercy, he's dead.
Yep, he's dead. He is done for. But I agree. I feel like maybe the Aghanim's on the Visage would allow much more playmaking capability for Shang Yu.
Yeah. It definitely would. Even just scouting the puck would be massive for them.
Well, TZ turns around, popping his ulti right away on top of the Grimstroke, so they're gonna get themselves a Reaper Sight stack, but nothing to say. Blinking in with the Inkswell stun. That's a combo that will always work. You have Inkswell to pop on your hero, and then you just blink on the target you want to kill. Nice attempt from Shang Yu trying to drop the gargoyles. Or the gargoyle stuns. Didn't quite catch the puck. Puck can be really annoying to catch with this lineup until you have the right items for it.
I haven't heard someone call them gargoyles in
And I was also
forever.
thinking about it as well, because like familiars, gargoyles, but oh, RP.
JT. Yeah, that was
Just an RP.
yeah, just a doo-doo RP right there. What were you saying about gargoyles?
Basically, you know, like the stone form stun. I've never really called it. I've just called it like birds landing, and I've kind of always like gargoyle stun. So, I know I talked about familiars a lot. I've played Visage a plenty amount as well, or a healthy amount. But for some reason, the stone form has always felt like a gargoyle stun to me. But I can't pronounce that word properly. I apologize for my English. Gargoyle.
Gargoyle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I played it an unhealthy amount, and it was always stone form because they were gargoyles, right? Like in
they were.
Warcraft. Yeah. And they had that stone form.
Back in the day,
Yep.
gargoyles. Meanwhile, under the tier 2 tower, there's a bit of action going. IG finding kill after kill, and they're really steamrolling now.
Yeah, it's just. I feel that their lineup it has more flair to it, you know, like you jump in with the puck, you jump with Mag, you disposition the targets, you have so many tools to dive, to make plays happen. Meanwhile, Eagles, until this Hex eggs on Visage, you're just so telegraphed. There's literally not a play that you can make on the map that's gonna, that's gonna catch IG out.
Yeah.
They should know every move that you are making. Even the smoked ones should be very, very obvious.
Well, oh, that's an interesting one. That was a that was a Willow Courier trying to deliver an item for one of the gargoyles. I don't know why that was going on, but, you know, those things happen. You're wondering, where's my courier? Dude, where's my car? And suddenly you don't have a car.
Yeah, he wanted to make new friends. He saw another 2 flying things. He flew to the flock.
Yeah, flew to the flock, yeah. You came to the wrong neighbor. Oh, that's a good meme. Remember where that was from?
Happened, but by the way, I remember, but what
You
I
picked the wrong house, fool.
My couriers are doing some strange stuff as well. Like very often they just fly out. I mean,
think
they
that's
don't do it.
AI that has their mind of their own?
I think it's not AI, it's just me being bad and selecting him during the fight, mashing buttons.
Well, mashing buttons, nothing to say. Able to get the phase shift off just perfectly, but his spells are on cooldown, and it's just not going to be enough versus 4. So a very big pick-off again for Butterfly Effect. Stack number 3 of Reaper's Scythe.
By the way, I was talking about the Visage and the Ags and the Hex. There's also one thing that I should have probably mentioned, and that's Blink on Tusk. Like, Blink on Tusk activates them a little bit. Like
It does, yeah.
It's not super easy, but it becomes easier to start fights.
Shang Yu gonna get targeted by JT with the instant blink, stun with the Inkswell.
Oh, he's got shards, he's got shards.
Oh, he got extras! He got extras on top of it as well! Oh no! Oh, 1 extra bird, and of course almost the Tusk dying too. That would have been fantastic, you know? Tusk was blinking in to try to snowball save, and what does Grimstroke do? I press E, and it launches the stun on top of him.
Yeah, it was. I completely respect Mercy for trying to do that because why was Visage so deep or seemingly out of position? Because he had his shard flying out, so it was kind of a soft bait. The shard is flying out. If they jump me, I'll probably be able to stone form myself as well.
Lizard.
Yeah.
There's a wizard room in the middle of the river at the mid lane. I'm so triggered. Someone's not picking it up.
The last game had another item in the river too. It isn't the first time. Last item had. What's the name of the gyrocopter neutral item? The flak cannon one.
Oh, the specialists array.
Specialist array, yeah. That one was in the river for the last game as well. I don't know.
Maybe there's some item baiting going on. I guess they don't need them anymore. I mean, when you get tier 3s, tier 4s, and it's something like it's gonna get upgraded anyway, they just randomly drop it on the ground somewhere.
Yeah, it's faster than sending it, but at the same time, they're littering, and I can't support this kind of behavior.
I can't even.
I think that they should be educated. I think we need to force teams that litter, like we need to force them to watch a 45-minute.
Do you think kids these days want to watch 45-minute videos, no cap, for real, for real?
Exactly. That's gonna fry their brain.
That was probably one of the worst smoke attempts because they sent a TB illusion first. Its smoke popped in front of the Muerta, and they're just moving away on the side of Eagles. I don't know what the idea was with that, but that TB illusion just ruined everything. Well, they might still get their chance because Spectre's sticking around. JT's gonna miss his spells. Visage already popping that gargoyle stun. At the same time, Shadow Step on X-Nova. They're going to RP onto the backline as well. They're going to be dropping low with the Tusk still surviving somehow. But the fear on multiple heroes. And Butterfly Effect also forced away as they finished off the Spectre. They finished off the Tusk. And now, nothing to say, just bullying them at the front there with that blink. So they won't be able to retaliate at all. That just happened.
Even with them seeing the RP coming and everything, it still doesn't matter. There was a BKB on Magnus, so... The calling, it's still strong, but you can play around it. They still get a lot of heroes in the RP. Spectre is still dying very often, like 3 times now in 3 fights that I've seen.
And the Tusk is trying to save him, but he's either getting hit by the Inkswell stun when he blinks in, because the Grimstroke is ready for him, or this time he also got hit by the Fear, and they had the RP, so... Mercy's trying his best, but IG's now playing at the level they were probably supposed or expected to play in game number 1. So they've finally woken up, but nothing to say. As soon as I say that, Puck gets the attention of their opponents. They're going to be able to move out. Ukiyo does reality in, but not going to go in.
I think also that it's not only about Inkswell and the fear. It's just when you go on a target like that, when you RP someone, you just use Soulbind and that's it. Tusk is kind of done when it comes to saving. He can't just jump in and snowball.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Done deal. All right,
Baboka. He thought he was safe in Shadow Realm.
Yeah, Tormentors, they thrive in darkness. While one team is taking a Tormentor, the other is taking Roshan number 1. We've seen this one happen before earlier today as well. I think it was Ignite who was able to get the first Roshan, but it's a farming Aegis. In this case, actually, when you think about it, it's the RP that's mostly killing him, and the control that follows. So, I feel like they could actually fight with this Aegis. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I feel that way too. They just need to find a way to kill TB. Like so far, the way they fight is they try to kill everyone else off and ignore the TB, but I don't think that's an option any longer. This man is dishing out way too much damage. Skadi BKB, like, he's already entering God mode.
Let's see how far they want to stretch this game out on the side of Eagles, because you still got a pretty good late game lineup. Like, of course, there's some scary abilities, teamfight ultis, Willow scaling, Magnus scaling, even Puck these days scaling. You've also got the Dark Portrait, which could be very handy, coming out from a Spectre illusion. It does right-click pretty fast.
No, it's all good. Like, you're getting a Spectre illusion, one of the better illusions in the game to get. But for me,
they see
the
him.
man of the...
Do they catch him on time? Yes, they do. They got the ward placed in front of the tower, and there goes Ukiyo.
He's got Aegis.
And that's the Aegis, yeah. They used RP for it, so maybe there's a chance for Eagles to reply and respond, but they're going to go back on the Spectre again. The Fear on the other side, they're so close to finishing him off. A couple more hits, Monet. He's got this one, but they're sniping the backline. They've lost JT, and Shang Yi is trying to do the work that he's supposed to do on this Visage. He finishes off one Reaper Scythe on Monet, and they're losing heroes, nothing to say. And Baboka, he's the one to TP away. And they've left nothing to say all by himself. A bit of a juke there with the orb, and I think he's going to be fine leaving this place with his blink.
Yeah, I love how everyone thought that he's going to go in for the kill, you know? No one expected him to run. It's nothing to say. He's going to go in. But no, this fight looked way better for Eagles than I expected. Like, they managed to kill off the Spectre twice. But still, Eagles, they... 4 versus 5, they take a good fight. Yeah. Albeit no RP, no BKB on TB, but still very nicely done. One hero that I wanted before the team fight started, one hero to look out for later on is this Necro. Like, no one, people do, but sometimes they don't mention him. Like, once he gets this Egg's heart, that's gonna hurt. That damage becomes stupid. When Cardstopper or a Health Decay increased by 60% of Necro's current health. So, 60% of which he's going to be sitting on, what, 3.1k? It's quite a bit. It's quite a lot of DPS. Plus Radiance, by the way, from Spectre.
Yeah, that as well. So it's definitely the... it's not even sustained damage, it's burst at that point. Your HP pools are going to be dropping rapidly when he's around in those fights.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's more of a burst. Yeah, it's more of a burst than anything else.
Yeah, so you can't prolong these fights for too long. Until this stage, you could still be like, hey, we just built Silver Edge and Spectre Dispersion doesn't work, but Necrophos Ags is going to change this game into a completely different level. So they might even have to start prioritizing the Necro instead of jumping the Spectre first. But yeah, that last team fight, going back to the picking up the Aegis, if they didn't have the Aegis, they wouldn't have been able to counter-initiate. This time they were. But we're back to even scales again.
Just one thing. Health regeneration. I just need to correct that. Not
That's
actual
fine.
health. Necro, they're
And
jumping
they're
him?
doing exactly that. They're just going to jump him right away, and they...
Never mind.
It's like, we lost... I don't even know how to put this one, but...
Never mind, we were talking about the Necro, but now
Necro has
they're just-
Ags. Oh, no! Anyway.
Anyway, we can just kill him.
Yeah, and he doesn't even have the Ags yet, so that's going to open up a lane of Rax and IG. They're still happy with how this game is going. Nothing has changed. They're still dominating this one. And they've also got the Silver Edge we talked about versus the Spectre. It's on its way with the Shadow Blade now ready on the TP. Monet with a good farming pace. And a triple core net worth lead. This is unfortunately how I often see Visage lineups work these days. That it just feels like the hero just doesn't do anything for a very long time.
No, I agree completely. Yep. He's just very slow at some point. Like, he does have a hex completed, by the way, so it will be a little bit of a help.
I just wish he had that Ags, you know. I wish he had more farm, but there hasn't been time to farm because IG's just been ready to fight. But it is what it is. Stellar laning stage, but what can you do? It's just a Visage. Also, one reason why me, as a big an Enigma enjoyer, the hero's just shit. The hero's just useless now.
Well, not necessarily. We've seen some really good position 5 players play that Enigma, right?
Plus 5
I mean,
Enigmas.
Yeah, nothing to say. There's a hex.
Ooh, there we go. Is it going to be enough? Yes, it is. All right.
It does.
Again,
yeah,
retaliation on the puck.
It does change the game completely, but that's a smoke, right? Like, you need something else but the smoke. You need the nags, you need a blink, a shadow blade, you need something on this Visage to make that more common, like easier.
Also, some pretty interesting talent still to come up for the Necrophos, especially that level 25 Heartstopper aura damage increase. That even if it's 0.5%, but everything, you know, everything added up together, that Ags buff, the 25 talent. Ooh, there's so many good things going their way still on the side of Eagles. It does give them that extra scaling.
Detect language to English. Wait, I'm translating what he wrote. Camera.
Okay.
Camera.
We learned a new
That's
word.
what's-
Do you know how to pronounce that?
How to pronounce what?
Camera.
Camera. Mercy's camera isn't working, I guess. That's all.
Right. I'm just asking, like, do you know how to pronounce camera in Chinese? But
Sure. I will not attempt, though. No, I just use the camera translate. I don't even know how to. Write that. I did try, by the way.
now is the time to learn.
I had a good 3 months of Chinese Duolingo, like a few years ago. You know, just for fun. Wanted to.
So camera
crack
is
at
apparently Xiangqi, something like that.
I'm sure if we pronounced it, it's wrong as hell.
Probably is. I don't unfortunately know any Chinese or Korean or Japanese. I'm very bad with those languages, but translate tells me Xiangqi.
Yeah, I do like the way they pronounce things. I'm gonna butcher obviously, but they have these subtle tones with he. Like I really like it.
But it is not problem for us. You know, Lisa?
Yes, my friend. Of
Yes,
course.
my bratan. We are perfectly
Yes.
ready for this game.
You sound like a. You don't. I wouldn't put you as a Russian accent, but I would put you as some villain in some cartoon. When you talk
yeah.
like that.
Oh yes, oh
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, it definitely is one of those movie Slavic accents for sure. But the game continues.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's crazy when I see a lot of like Russian characters in movies, right? Like they're usually acted by some like Balkan boys, you know, Bosnians, Serbs, whatever.
Balkan boys.
Yeah, we have thicker accents apparently. It's
Well,
more.
In a way, I mean, you and Lacoste and wait, is there any other like Serbian, Croatian Dota talent?
No,
So it's
no,
just
me
you
him,
and
yeah.
Lacoste.
JT,
Well,
he's in.
Well, he's got Mercy.
Nice Jules.
And Necro just got Ags, but he's not going to be there in time to help out the Tusk. But
He's
look
in.
at that damage. He's already building up a lot. Are they going to get him out of the way, though? They finished off the Spectre, and they're close to getting the Necrophos, and yeah, that's it. I was getting hyped for a second. He did do a lot of damage by just existing, but they're just dying one by one.
That was probably the worst way they could have taken that fight. They go in with the Spectre and they follow up by Necro, and
They're all dead, and they're just going to go throne now.
yeah,
All right.
I mean, this is call it more or less. We're coming up to that point.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they don't care about racks. They're just going to go for the tier 4 towers at this point. They don't have much to defend with. So, GG, we are going to game number 3 as IG are going to tie this one up. A bit anticlimactic to end things off. We were kind of hyping up this Necrophos. I was going to be building up, getting stronger, but this is what we got.